You're listening to The Word on the Streets with Joe Bingham, Jason Tasker, and Raj Pujata.
Yeah, well, hello, welcome back. I'm still wearing a tracksuit. Raj is chilling.
Chilling.
Yeah, welcome back.
Every time you do an intro, it's like you're talking for the first time. You know, like like even that is like you wanted to say yo or hello, and you just went yeah, like you were doing Raj's fucking Chinese lessons on Duolingo.
I'm chilled, mate. I'm chilled. Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Today we're going to be covering a few things. First thing I want to cover.
We got a supply teacher in. Going to be covering a few things today.
What's the first thing you want to cover, Jason?
Open your books to page 52.
The state of the rental market, mate.
The state of the rental market.
Do you remember when you were in school and they'd be like you'd have like your textbooks and it'd be like turn to page 52 and then at the bottom it'd be like turn to page 74 and you'd keep following it and then it'd always just end with your mum's a slag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kids were so creative back in the day. Or it'd just be like, some of them were just straight to the point. Turn to page 12, just a picture of a big vagina in a biology book, and they've just drawn a cock in the middle of it.
I can remember when we had a German, I think they were a supply teacher or they were like a student teacher, and they got these old books out to do the lesson, and I don't think she realised, God knows when they're from, like no one had got these books out for like years, and then she got them out and they were just cocks over every single book.
Cocks, yeah. Who was your most mental teacher at school?
Mine was my Spanish teacher.
Oh.
Why?
She was heavily pregnant, but we would we had our Spanish classes in a music room, and all the keyboards were always out.
DJ.
And we'd like put one on, you know, the preloaded tunes. We'd have one go off here. She'd go turn that off. The other one would go off. She'd go turn that off. Another one would go off. Then like two would go off at once. And she's just heavily pregnant, running around the room. And she just lost it.
The DJ setting was the best thing about music in school, wasn't it? You know what I mean? DJ, oh yeah, just over and over again while they're trying to teach you how to play fucking Frere Jacques.
We had a few weird teachers though, man. We had Mr. Darubi. He would just use the whiteboard rubber, bang it on the table and just shout at you in science for 15 minutes at the class. He'd just shout. Then we had Mr. McCarthy, I want to say. He was a substitute teacher. He used to have a mirror.
What, so we could see what he was doing while he was facing the board or so upskirting?
Upskirting.
Yeah, we had a few Nancy ones.
He got sacked for following a girl home.
We had one who left.
We had an actual nonce at ours.
Yeah, we had one who left his wife to have a kid with a sixth former and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what happens with ours. Yeah.
We had Mr. Amatefio. Shout out Daniel Amatefio, my maths teacher from Ghana. He was fucking funny, man. And I remember he was like really strict, but just hilarious. Like I remember once I just walked into his lesson eating a tube of Pringles, and he just looked me up and down and just went no, and just shut the door in my face and just made me stand outside. But then I remember Ghana was smashing it in the African Cup of Nations one year, and we walked into his class, and he just had Ghana flag draped over his desk, flags everywhere. He had his Ghana kit on, and he had the fucking game on the TV. And we walked in, and he had all this fucking Afrobeats music playing, and he was like, and just let us watch the fucking Ghana match on the TV.
Samoa Giant on the back of his.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it would have made sense. He was the
retired
hero.
now, isn't he?
Asamoah Giant.
Yeah, it
must have done after that crossbar. Probably.
We had a teacher with one eye.
Did you?
Nice.
Yeah.
What, like in the middle of their head, or?
Well, people used to call him Cyclops.
Did they? What was it? A hole or?
No, he had one. He had like a glass eye.
And it
It was a sick teacher, to be fair.
It followed the other, did it?
No, it didn't follow anything.
Oh, right.
Just,
you know,
it was static.
I know one guy in my primary school. His granddad was the first person in the UK to have a glass eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite mad, isn't it?
What an achievement!
Yeah.
I remember it's like an old, not like an old wives' tale. It was like an old pub story, isn't it? Where it was like there'd be that guy in the pub, and he had a glass eye, and he said, he was like, "Oh, I'm just popping to the toilet. Can you keep an eye on my drink?" And then he'd go, "Oh, actually, I'll do it." And he'd pop his glass eye out and stick it in his pint, and everyone would be like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" I remember someone telling me it in a pub years ago.
A hole in the head freaks me out, though.
Yeah. Our maddest teacher was this drama teacher we had. Crazy. I think I might have told you about this before when we were in year 7, and she told us the story of Jamie Bulger. Did I tell you this? You know who Jamie Bulger is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're in year 7, yeah, and she told us the story in vivid detail of what these kids did to him. And then she went, right, so this lesson, getting to freeze, One of you's going to play Jamie's mum, and the other two are going to play the police officers that have to tell her what's happened.
It's a good lesson, though.
No, it's crazy for 11-year-old.
Nah,
11-year-olds
to learn
doing
that emotion.
11-year-olds doing compulsory drama. I told my mum, she went mad. She was like, "What the fuck are they teaching you at that school?"
Nah, it's good. You might have become a big actor that has to do that one day.
There was one lesson she did where she just took us into the theatre hall in the school, and she just made us sit and watch her scrub the floor for an hour.
What was that punishment for giving you soldier lessons?
She just sat there, just like pretending to cry, scrubbing the floor, and then at the end of it, she said that was my performance of I was a ghost of a mother whose child has died, and I'm haunting the place.
Did you have a curriculum?
And we were just watching her, just like
from education, bro.
Yeah, but you know when you're just watching someone, and like years later, it's just like, God, you
Dodger.
just a failed actor who ended up as a drama teacher and went, I've finally got an audience. 30 kids who you're just holding hostage.
What subject were you good at?
English, maths and science, basically.
What were you good at?
English, decent at maths. I was okay at science, good at geography. Yeah, that's pretty good, really.
We had another drama teacher who we were in our lesson the once, and a sixth former stormed in, screwing at her, like screaming, calling her a slag. Basically saying that like someone had seen her on a night out, and apparently she'd fucked this sixth former's dad, this drama teacher, and she was screaming, calling her a fucking home wrecker and all this shit. And we were all looking at the teacher, and she looked shook.
Was she assault?
Yeah.
Was she?
Yeah. But she looked like shook, man. And then she was like, "Can we talk about this outside?" This girl's having none of it, just screaming at her, and then fucking runs out. She chases after her, comes back in a few minutes later, and she went, "Yeah, sorry guys, that was just that was just a practical piece for the sixth former." And we were like, nah. And then she was gone about 2 weeks later. Yeah, mad. We had an art teacher who fucked one of the DT teachers on a school trip, and then left her husband and moved to Belgium to become an artist or something. She also fucked a sixth former.
My headmaster left his missus to pursue a gay relationship.
Yeah.
And then the missus got with his best friend. And then he decided he no longer wanted to be gay and wanted his wife back. But she's with his best friend now. So he just killed himself.
Fuck
Jesus Christ, that didn't have the ending I expected.
Took a turn. I thought that's a really progressive story. And it was quite
turns
tragic,
out,
actually. Sounds like it's Call Me By Your Name. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's not nice.
No.
Yeah.
We had it where I was in a class before where one of my classmates, he got into a Barney with the teacher, then they went outside with the lesson, and then they actually had a fight.
Sick.
The teacher.
I'd love to put hands on a teacher.
The teacher like dusted him up. To be fair,
Mate,
obviously he's a youth.
we had a supply teacher who slapped a girl around the face.
I don't think I was a
she
teacher,
threw you know them heavy science stools. She fucking threw it at him, and he just grabbed her and slapped her around the face. And the mad thing was, he was back teaching us 2 weeks later. Everyone was like, the look on his face was like, oh, I've gone. He had like a sore red, and he's like, my career's over. He was back 2 years later, 2 weeks later, because the school basically went, nah, she is a cunt. It was
I would fuck a kid up. I don't think I could be a teacher. I'd fuck a kid up.
Yeah, it'd just get too annoying, wouldn't it? It'd be like, I could literally just slap you about now.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't like look out for it, but if something happened, I'd fuck a kid up, I think.
You just have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like the urge to do it, where it's just like,
I'm petty.
but it's not really the kid's fault, is it? It's the.
I'm so petty.
Nah, some kids are just cunts.
Yeah, I suppose.
My school was mad, man. I remember we had this our first head teacher, Dr. Gentle. He was a good bloke, man.
Dr. Gentle?
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of porn star name is that?
Yeah, man.
Doctor 5-star General.
Yeah, he was.
Dr. Gentle.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said General.
Yeah, he had soft hands, mate. He was a good guy, man.
That's even worse than General.
Nah, I remember I was in year 7. There was this one kid in my year, and he had drug dealers just following him to school every day because his older brother owed him money, and he saw this, and he just went out to these drug dealers, and he was like, "What's going on?" And they were like, "Yeah, we need some money off this kid because his brother ain't getting it." And he was like, "How much?" And I'll give it you now to never come to my school again.
Really?
Just paid these kids off.
How much was it?
Dunno.
And then he started following him.
Yeah. And then he went, "You owe me." Yeah, school was weird, man. Anyway, yeah, sorry for that
Good
little
times,
segue. I
though.
was just thinking about cocks in books.
Cocks in books.
Yeah, that was a bit of a
Is that
segue.
beatboxing? Cocks in
Cocks in books and cocks in books.
I'm looking for a new place to rent at the minute. It's just a bit of a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. I've heard the market is a mess.
It's tough, isn't it?
It's
Don't
but
know- I
at
don't
least
actually
you're
know
looking
what
for
it
your
feels
own
like.
flat. Like spare, have you ever just out of interest just look on Spare Room in London?
But I've no reason to.
No, just that it's hilarious the standards that people are willing to live in just to live in this city.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some of the places you look at them and you're like, how is this place £1,900 a month? It's literally, it's like a shed.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like living in a shed.
When I first moved down here, I found a flat. It was a studio apartment in Camden, and the one picture was a bed with a bedside cabinet and carpet, but at the bottom of the carpet you could see tiles, and then the other picture was like the tiles with the carpet at the bottom, and it was like 3 kitchen units with a stove and then a toilet and a sink next to the kitchen units, and it was going for like 1,400 quid, and I was like, that's a prison cell.
It literally, isn't it? You wouldn't want to
1,400
spend
quid.
any time in there.
Nah.
You couldn't bring anyone back there.
You just
You'd be embarrassed.
the maddest place I ever got taken back to in London.
Could you imagine bringing a girl back there? I'm on the shitter feeling vulnerable, and she's just on the bed looking
Yeah.
at me.
She's whipping you up some pancakes next to you.
Yeah, or like you're on the
I'm
shit.
on
You're
the
like,
shit.
You're on the shitter passing her pans for fucking
yeah,
breakfast.
do you want a cup of tea?
You got to wash up in the basin.
Fucking
Nah,
hell.
the maddest place I ever got taken back to in London was this bird, and she was like, oh, I live in Victoria, and I was like, who the fuck lives in Victoria? But she was this American bird, and I was thinking like, oh, maybe you're just rich, innit? And I remember getting to this place, and it was like, you know, them big fucking townhouses by the embassies. So I was like, where do you live, man? This is crazy. Go in there. I'm not joking, man. It was like a cupboard. It was like a single bed pressed against the wall. The same thing with like the kitchen there and like a wall-mounted TV that was about fucking 16-inch. And then the toilet and shower room was like a folding door that you had to get into, like a train toilet-sized bathroom. And she was paying like 1,500 quid a month for this. And she was like, yeah, just so I can have my own space. I was like, what?
It's not a space though, is
What is
it?
going on, man? Like, you couldn't have fucking... You know when they said that, like, oh, you couldn't swing a cat in here? Like, nah, you fucked. Absolutely fucked, man.
Like you wouldn't even let an animal live
Bring
in
it
somewhere
back
that
somewhere
size,
to-
would you? You wouldn't
bring
even
it-
if you had a dog, you wouldn't let it live in some.
No, that's white people shit. My dog could stay in the fucking garden for a while.
Yeah, I know, but the garden's bigger. Like you wouldn't let an animal live in somewhere that size.
Do you know how big a kennel is, bro?
Yeah, it's not very big.
Yeah, that's where dogs live.
In comparison, yeah, but to scale,
for-
that place that she lived in to scale was like a kennel for a human.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's what she can afford.
but it's not. That's what she can afford. She was paying through the nose for it. She could have afforded somewhere way nicer.
Would you rather be in a house share then? House shares are grim.
Yeah. After looking at that, yeah.
Have you got any bad house share experiences?
This is all out my remit, this boys.
No.
Yeah, you're in a house share though.
Yeah, that is true.
Living tenants.
Nah, I've not really got any bad house share experiences, but I've heard horrors from some of my mates, man. Like I've even heard stuff like people who like, there's like people who just bounce around on Spare Room, and they'll just like move into a room because people just need to fill it so quickly. And they'll move in, and then they'll keep putting off like I'll get the deposit to you, I'll get the first month's rent to you, and they'll just live there for like 3 weeks, and then one day the people will come back from work and they're just gone again, and it's just people just squatting on Spare Room, just over. and
Someone
over
I
again.
know, like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, well, you gonna move every 3 weeks. Like,
It's like sofa surfing, isn't it? Except you're doing it just with a rental. There's a guy who I know, and he was saying he moved into a flat, and he got in there, and I was like, "Oh, cool. How do you all pay the bills?" And they were like, "Oh, we just don't pay them. We've not paid them for like 2 years." Like, "Oh, okay. Well, what's going on there?" "Yeah, we're like $3,000 in debt, but it's cool. No worries." He's like, "Well,
why? Because I'll just pass it on to the next tenant.
no, they all just been living there for ages, just not paying the bill." So then he comes in and he's like, "Well, I can't live here if that's going to be the case, because I'm just going to get footed with this bill at the end of it." But people just do crazy stuff.
Yeah, BT put a default against my credit score, the cunts, for an account on a property that I wasn't even living in. And then I rang them and I gave them my name and the address, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't find an account in that name." I'm like, "Well, that's good, because you've tanked my credit score for no reason." Then,
Yeah, that's going to take me about 5 years to get back up.
Absolute arseholes. I just need them to remove it, basically.
You gotta go TransUnion.
Hmm?
TransUnion dispute.
I've done it through Equifax, disputing it. It's a fun topic for the listeners, my financial plight. all over a £19 default for a BT account that doesn't exist.
£19.
£19, and now
Mine was a bit more than mine was 10 bags.
Now my credit score's good instead of very good. Wankers.
Mine's excellent.
But the thing is, though,
when's the day when people will fuck you for your credit score? That's what I want.
Because once this is gone, I'm back to 999, mate. And
I think that make your score go up.
My score's on fire. I'm at 10-10.
The market is a mess, though. What are the worst flats that you've seen now that you're looking? Because there's some horror shows.
They just look like they're in something like, looks like something off like fucking Top Boy.
Yeah, but you're bougie, aren't you? That's the problem.
No, because I'm not bougie. I'm just prepared to. I've just been in that many house shares and things now where I just can't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Living with your missus is not a house share. She considers it a relationship. You can't say you're splitting the rent with me. You can't say that. That's
Why don't you get a bigger
man.
house a bit further away, like an actual house with a garden?
I don't really. The other thing as well in London, I don't really like being on a ground floor.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's not. Do you know when you look at some of these? I was looking at a flat a couple of days ago, and it was just on the ground floor. There was a car park at the back, and then it had like the garden at the back. I was just like, well, that's with kind of like folding doors at the back. I was just like, that's just an invitation to say, like, come and rob my place.
And it's noisy. You get rubbish outside your yard all the time.
Noise is another thing. Like, what are the key things that you look in for rent? What are your rental non-negotiables?
Double glazing.
Double glazing.
This city is noisy, brother, and I've got
Essential.
single glazing in my yard. And
Double glazing is
loud.
essential.
So you're never going to live in a house?
Yeah, I would do, but it wouldn't. Not in the centre anywhere. Not on.
Okay.
No, I would live in a house, just not where it's so densely populated, where there's people kind of walking around the back all the time, things like that.
Yeah,
it's just not secure. Like
you gotta get
where there's access to the back.
Wouldn't you rather go a little out of London and get a car?
No.
You gotta get a leasehold that's got at least 90 years on the lease. That's headache.
That's if you're buying, though, isn't it?
That's if you're buying.
Yeah.
So say if you're renting.
So you need to keep the service charge low because they'll sting you with that. You'll be like, oh, the rent's not bad on this, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, there's a £4,000 a year service charge, and it'll be for fuck all. My mate's in a flat in Dalston.
I didn't think you have to pay the service charge.
Yeah.
I've never paid it. It's always been included in the rent.
My mate's in a flat in Dalston. She was saying that she has to pay this service charge that they put up every year, and it's for concierge service and a gym. But she said there's never anyone sat in the concierge, and all the machines in the gym are broke. But
yeah, I mean, I thought that was always the landlord's issue.
I thought, they've been screwed there.
Yeah, it's mad though. But yeah, renting in this city.
It's competitive as well. Like people putting in like mad bids. It's like you're going into there and it's like you're going into a full on negotiation. They're messaging you going, oh, do you know if you? One of them messaged us yesterday. Yeah, are you sure you want to put that in as your bid? We're bidding for the actual listed price for the available date. Oh, are you sure you want to put that in? If you go higher, then that will increase your chances of getting it. Oh, fucking hell! Thank you, fucking top negotiator.
Yeah, you're right.
Jesus Christ.
£5,000 a month. Yeah. That's just not how business works. It's like, has anyone else bid yet? No. All right, well, I'll bid lower.
Yeah.
And then if someone bids higher, you let me know, and I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking estate agent is going, oh, it's listed at $2,000, but if you give them 2,500, they'll
rip your arm off.
Of course they would.
What area are you looking at?
Same area, like Southwest. There's other non-negotiables as well. Got to have a good shower. I can't be in a flat that has not got a nice shower. I think that's pretty fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could just fit a new shower head.
Yeah, but again, it's not something that I would pay for. It's got to be a large.
They're pretty cheap.
Dishwasher.
Yeah.
Essential.
I don't mind washing it.
But there's only two of you. What the fuck are you using a dishwasher for?
It's just like part of the routine. Put that on last thing in at night. Done.
Waste of
Wake up
energy.
in the morning, empty the dishwasher.
Oh, near a station as well.
Near a station.
It's got to be near a station. Because I am not. You'll look at some flats and you'll be like, "This is really nice and it's cheap," and then you're like, "Oh yeah, nearest station's fucking 2 mile away." Yeah, no chance.
Yeah,
no chance. Am I getting a bus to get the fucking tube?
Large bed as well. Like I went and looked at one yesterday, and I was like,
"Oh, you're looking at furnished?"
And no, we didn't want it. We want it unfurnished. But then that one was furnished, and I was like, "Well, I can't make that work because the bed's a double bed." And I lied on it. And I was just.
Is your current flat furnished? Or is that all your furniture?
All my furniture, yeah.
So you need unfurnished, then, otherwise you're going to have to sell loads of
shit. Sell it all,
yeah.
So that's a bit of a ball ache.
Long.
I'll have the table if you have to. I
Cool.
like that table.
Yeah. I'll have your fire stick.
Yeah.
I'll take the telly.
Yeah.
The telly. I'm just gonna get the Apple Vision Pro.
How much
instead.
do you want for the telly?
Mate, my telly is from 2009 or
Yeah,
something.
how much do you want for it?
It's worthless.
How much do you want though?
I'm not giving you it.
How much do you want? Just out of interest, if you were going to sell it, how much would you want?
I don't even know how much it's worth. £150.
I'll give you 300. You'll snap my hand off.
Yeah,
That's how this
I'll
works,
snap your hand
mate.
off for 300.
Business.
I'll take 300,
I'm
mate.
like Terry Tibbs, mate. It's business out here.
Terry Tibbs.
Yeah, it's shit. It is shit.
And the other thing as well, when I can remember when I first moved to London, and we were going to go in a house share, and when you go in house shares, they will interview you as well.
Yeah.
To make sure, like, the housemates will give you an interview. Do you know this happens?
Nah, bro.
Yeah, so I'm giving you an insight.
Right. Go
So
on.
they'll. So say we want to move into a flat with another couple, like the situation that I was in at the time, then they'll be interviewing all these different couples to move in the flat with them. So you're going up I'm going up in the lift, and I'm saying to my partner, I'm like, don't say anything fucked up like during this conversation. Act normal. Don't say anything weird. A pep talk before, just so we go, yeah, we're completely normal. Like, let us live with you if you really, really want to move in the flat.
Mate,
There's what, 2 couples in one flat?
Yeah, again, that wasn't a
weird dynamic.
Great vibe. It was weird dynamic because you're just in each other's way all the time, and any time that they're away, you're like, oh my God, I've got the flat to myself. You can't really relax. That's the other thing. When you're in a house share, it's like you're just constantly on all the time. You're always thinking, oh, where's my housemate? Are they coming back now? Like, oh, what's that noise? Oh, who's that? I want to go in the shower. Oh, fucking, they're using the shower. It's just a ball.
You can get lucky. Like, when I first moved down here, the house share that I went into, it was me, a lad from Australia, and a lad from New Zealand. And it was sick. Like, because we went into lockdown, like, 3 months after I moved. Like, the three of us, it was sick, man. Like, we went on holiday together and all that. But I remember there was this run of... The lad from New Zealand, he basically, after the first lockdown, he was like, I'm getting back out there, I'm gonna start dating again. And this geezer was on job, mate. He was like on a date every night. He was exhausted. It reached a point where you could tell he didn't want to go, but he'd committed. And the 2 best ones that he went on were, he went on a date with his bird. He's like, I've got to go to Greenwich. So he's immediately not thrilled about it. Quite difficult to get to from where I am. And he was only gone for like 2 hours, and he came back. But he'd been on a hot streak, mate. He'd been bringing everyone back. But he came back on his own to this one. And I was like, Ma, what happened? As I got there, she was already steaming. And then she ordered like a pitcher cocktail just for herself. And just carried on drinking this. Absolutely rat-assed. And then she said, oh, so what are you looking for? And he went, oh, I'm not looking for anything too serious at the minute. She just went, yeah, well, of course you're not, because all you men are the fucking same. You're all fucking arseholes. And just started going off on him. And he was like, no, I'm just being honest. I thought that was the best option. She basically said that what her circumstances were, her and her boyfriend moved to London. Then COVID happened. He didn't get furloughed. He just got laid off. So they couldn't afford the rent anymore. So they got a lodger in to help with the rent. And then her boyfriend started fucking the lodger. But she had nowhere to go. Oh. And she just got stuck there. And I was like, bro, you were always going to lose that date, mate.
Yeah,
like, she has got the best reason I've ever heard to be like, all men are shit. Like, wild. And then, she just threw a drink over him and left.
She threw a drink?
Yeah.
He didn't do anything to
but anyone's
Yeah.
catching strays for the next
as
2
well?
years. Nah, not the picture. That would have drowned the poor man.
And what, did he fit the bill or what?
I don't fucking know, man. I think he probably
So he
did.
came
He's
home
wedged.
wet for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. And then the best one he did, though, was there was some bird that he worked with for years, and then she was leaving the company. She'd had a boyfriend for years, and she basically said, like, oh, me and my boyfriend had broken up, and he was like, oh, yeah, there's always been a bit of chemistry there, whatever. She was like, do you want to get out of here? Just come back to yours. He's like, yeah, go on then. So they come back. Me and my other housemate are looking, and we're like, oh, he's brought another one back, whatever. But about 10 minutes later, you just hear, like, running down the stairs, and then the front door just slam. And we're like, what the fuck's going on? He comes down all sheepish. We're like, what the fuck happens? He goes, we're just making out or whatever. And then I went to go down on there, and I just decided I weren't really feeling it. So I just went, I'm actually not feeling this. Do you want me to get you an Uber? Crazy. And she just went, nah, and left. And I was like, mate, like, she's going straight back to her ex-boyfriend. Like, the first man that she showed her vagina to Mate, he's gone. It's gone. I'm good.
Called an
I'm
Uber.
good actually. Do you want to get the fuck out of my house?
This looks like too much of a job for me. You better get going.
Crazy. And he was like, "Well, how should I have played it?" And I was like, "No, you've got to fuck her anyway, because you're obliged, or you could, or just go, my dick's not really working. I've drank too much, but you can stay if you want."
Yeah, you can't
Give her
like
the
do
option.
a dirty like that. Like you can't bring her to the party and then like not
Crazy.
offer her a drink.
So house shares are fun sometimes, but sometimes they're a headache.
And it gets a bit. Do you know where people start getting precious over everything that's there? It's like when you've got like alcohol, but then other housemates will take the piss with it, so they'll like start drinking your booze, so people start marking on how much alcohol they've got.
It's
And then they were like, "Oh, she drank some."
It's a mess, mate. We had a recovered addict come and view our place the once, and she seemed really nice, man, and she seemed really keen on it. The one lad was like, we do all drinking that in this house," and she was like, that's fine. Like, you don't have to be sober just because I am." But like, I pulled her to one side and I was like, this guy in the summer will regularly have people back here at 4 a.m. doing ket in the living room. I was like, just so you know, like, I don't know if it's the best environment for you. And she was like, yeah, that's fair. And then just left. But like, imagine her. She's like gone through her AA program and then she just watches like fucking 6 lads railing gear off the fucking coffee table at 6 a.m.
What chance of recovery have you got?
Know what I mean? You're just straight back into hell. I'm making scrambled eggs in the kitchen while my housemate's fucking trying to order another bag at 5. I'm like,
Yeah,
mate,
that's not good.
that was a rough spell. He's gone now. It's fine.
Yeah,
So the hunt is on.
the hunt's going to be
I'm
on
looking
for a while.
I'm looking in Top Boy ends as well.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
sticking southwest. I'm sticking around. I'm sticking around in
East.
Summer House.
Okay, somehow.
Yeah.
Hopefully
We
it
are
gets
all
turned down.
Different. No one from west, innit? Otherwise, we've got. No, we got east, southwest, northwest. I suppose we got west covered across.
Mm.
Yeah, we're all points of London.
Yeah, just need someone from southeast, but they'd never get here.
Nah,
In
Fuck
that,
southeast
in that
anyway.
black hole.
fuck southeast. I said it.
I can't say it.
Another thing that I wanted to chat about today was Kanye's teeth.
What's Kanye done to his teeth?
He's got permanent grill / dentures fitted.
Titanium.
Haven't they got fangs on as well? Like the canines are like quite pronounced on them.
Yeah, they're like kind of titanium.
It's all bizarre.
What's wrong with that?
They look awful.
He's an artiste.
They look.
Let me have a look at that.
I think he's getting to the point where he's going beyond art and he's getting towards insanity.
I think he's long gone with that. But I don't really care if the new album drops and it's decent.
It just keeps getting put back though, doesn't it? How many times can you put back an album before you start going, oh, I'm not really that bothered about this anymore?
He's a perfectionist, isn't he? That's all it is.
Yeah.
See them new Yeezys? Them foldable Yeezys
The ones
that
that look
turn
like
into
socks.
fucking knee-high
Oh yeah, shit.
Balenciagas.
His teeth look like a fucking Cybertruck.
Do you not think, yeah?
Isn't it? It's a
think-
Cybertruck.
They just don't even look.
It just
good.
looks like someone's put tinfoil over their teeth
Yeah,
to
yeah.
pretend they've got grills in.
Did you used to do that as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you?
No.
Kit Kat
no, you- of
wrappers.
course you
Was
did.
it Kit Kat wrappers?
Yeah. And you
yeah.
put the orange peel in sometimes.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
fucking...
Put the orange peel in, yeah, but never the.
Yeah, those are wild.
Would you
It's
get
like a
grills?
vampire.
Would you get grills?
Would it get grills?
Yeah.
I
Like,
just
if
don't
you
really
had
see
the
the
money.
benefit of them.
What do
I
you
used
mean?
to have a gold tooth.
Because you have to take them out when you eat, don't you?
What one? Oh, like just a cap that you'd put on.
Yeah,
What?
for the streets.
Oh yeah. How did that go? How did that impact your rep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a bad man in Mexico.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, were your braids as well? Braids and a
I didn't
gold
have no
tooth.
braids then. Nah,
Looking like
I had a
fucking.
bucket hat and a gold
Looking like
tooth.
James Franco in Spring Breakers. Fucking
Literally.
hell. You're killing it, man.
I might bring it next week.
Yeah, do it.
If I could dig it
We'll all
out.
try it. Do. Looking like
I'll see
bullet
if I can
tooth
find
Tony.
it. I'll see if I can. I haven't worn it in years.
Tooth Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't.
I'll braid my hair for next week as well.
Yeah.
You lot send me my shopping list.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a new man on here.
So what we got to do? We got to do shopping list. We got to do the cook off. We've still got to do the gym thing. with
What, the
with
cold bath?
plunge.
Cold plunge.
Do you know what?
Jesus
I found
Christ.
somewhere we can do that. We can go David Lloyd.
My
They have it.
mate back home started doing cold plunge after the gym, and it's all he talks about now.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
it's a bit of a
Everyone seems to
it's
rave
a
about
personality trait, isn't it? Where you
Yeah.
like You just got to tell everyone about it.
All he tells me about is the cold plunge and the sauna.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
get a sauna, mate. Get
are
my
you
fucking...
going to the gym or a gay bath? So I can't figure it out. He's not once told me about
No, but
his
sometimes I
weights
go to the
routine.
gym just for the sauna.
Yeah, he loves the sauna.
Like, I don't leave the changing room.
Mate, he said the other day he was in the sauna and he goes to Virgin Active and he met this guy who's got a lifetime membership, and he said this guy is like in his 50s maybe, and this guy goes, I've got a lifetime membership because it works out cheaper, and he went, oh, that's good then, you've probably got another 10 years to go on that then. And he said this guy just went, I've actually recovered from cancer. So my mate was like, fucking stick it on me. My mate just went, all right, make it 5 then, sorry. and then he's just sat in the sauna with this geezer. My mate's a dickhead though, mate. He'll always be like, oh, you want to make me feel uncomfortable? All right, cool. Watch.
Yeah.
The thing about gyms like now, that like in January, you just get all the people doing...
Yeah, that's why I'm not going. I don't want to be that guy.
No, you don't.
Mine's quieter now, for some reason.
Then you go to like a class or something like that, and some of the people doing a class, I went to one yesterday, I'm like, you've gone in a bit too hard. Like, there's no way that you should be doing this class. They just look like they're going to die. I go to one in Soho near work, just gone lunch. But I just went to a class yesterday.
Is it a big brand?
I went to one of those classes yesterday, you know, where it... Do you know, like the classes where they have someone with like a headset on and they think they're like Fred again? Yeah, like one of them. Where it's like, yeah, come on, let's go. We're all in this together.
Yeah, see, I couldn't.
It's like the whitest thing you've ever seen, basically.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the most expensive gym in London?
Yeah, the one that's underneath that hotel.
What's it called?
Is it called KX?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's underneath a hotel in Kensington, and it's nothing like incredible with the equipment or anything. You're paying for the exclusivity of it, really.
It's a private members club, right?
One thing.
Do you know how much it costs?
No.
600 quid a month?
No. It's thousands,
More.
isn't it?
I reckon they don't put their price on here.
My mate, when he worked at JP Morgan, he got a discount to join this gym in Canary Wharf. And even with the discount, it was costing him like 600 quid a month, 700 quid a month.
Mental.
But he got his own locker with his name
Well,
on.
that's where... Did he live in it?
He got his own locker with his name on.
He was actually renting that out. He was renting the locker out for
So you have
1,500.
It was mad though. It was 5 floors. Like one floor was just a climbing wall and all this shit. It was mental. I went within the
What, to get to the next floor?
Yeah.
So
Fireman
this
poles
gym,
there.
you have to fill in an application form and they do a background check on you.
One of the things that pissed me off about the
Stop
gym...
trying to join Raya.
One of the things that's
Are
pissed
you
me
on
off...
Raya?
Yeah.
Nah.
Are you?
What's Raya?
The dating app. I did a gig and there was a bird. I was talking to.
Why would it be on Raya?
You said yeah.
You know what it is, isn't it?
No?
It's the rich people's dating app and like,
Why are you talking about
celebrities and stuff. I'm not on it.
I'm trying to get on it, but you need to have a referral.
So I could have got on it. I was doing a gig and I was chatting to this bird in the audience who was talking about how she was on Raya, but she was with a man. So I was taking the piss out of them for a bit. But then she was like, oh, if you're nice to me, I can be your referral. But then I was chatting to her afterwards and I don't think I make enough money.
Oh, okay. How much do you need?
Look, you're currently on the waiting list.
How much do you have to earn?
I don't know. I earn enough.
What, for Raya? Or for that gym?
Oh, the gym is £2,000 joining fee and £615 a month
Jesus. What, you're on the waiting list for the gym or for Raya?
for Raya.
Okay.
Not for the gym. Fuck
Yeah.
the gym.
Mate, that class
Who's your
that I went
referral?
to...
Who's your referral going to be?
I ain't got one yet. I didn't realize that was so
You
important.
need,
But
you need a
who
referral from someone who's on it.
I know who I'm gonna use. Yeah, I got 2 people that I can put on there.
Yeah.
The thing about that class I went to yesterday, though, is another thing that pisses me off when you go to the gym, is when you're at the... Like, it's a class, yeah? First thing in the morning, like 11 a.m., yeah? And you're starting the class.
Didn't do chest yesterday. That.
I'm hard, mate. I'm hard.
Bricked up.
Go on. Sorry, you're doing a class.
You're starting the class, and people already stink at the start of the class.
Oh yeah. Is it morning time?
Yeah, but it's not like morning. It's morning time, like mid-morning when you've had a shower. Like there was a girl next to me in the class, a woman next to me in the class, and she stank before we were even starting. Bear in mind that the extraction's on full, and there's ventilation in there. There's a lot of air movement.
What
and I
time
could
are you going
still
to the gym?
smell. Like yesterday, it was like 11, 12 for the
So
class.
you jump out of work, go to the gym, come back to work.
Oh, I do normally in the week. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But
what I do.
this was just a weekend class that I did with Jesse. Like, do the class. There's no excuse for smelling that bad.
Sorry, 1 second. So on the weekend, you travel into Soho to go to the gym?
No, that class was in like Kensington.
Right.
It was just something that I was like, I need to get out of the house yesterday. I'll do a class.
Yeah.
But there's just no excuse for smelling like that bad at that time.
Someone was humming on the tube this morning on the way. Yeah.
It's just
Wasn't Jessie next to you?
no. She was.
Just tell her.
Yeah,
she
imagine
stinks
how
before-
imagine how
tell her she
passive aggressive
stinks
it
before
is.
you leave the house.
Jason's
No.
just turned into this stranger next to him, just going, "This bitch fucking stinks."
No, it definitely wasn't. We were miles apart. I was like, swap her over.
And there's no excuse.
No, but they absolutely stank. I don't think there's any.
What they smell like?
Just do you know like they smell like? Do you know when you've worn a top to the gym?
I was just
and
gonna
then
say,
and then it's dried, and then you've worn it the next day.
I was just
That's
going to say that's what it
disgusting.
is. That's what it
only
is
thing-
most of the time. It's
That's
stale
disgusting.
gym.
The
clothes.
only acceptable thing to wear again after it's dried is swimming trunks.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
even
so.
know whether
They're
that's
in
acceptable.
water.
It's just covered in
You're
chlorine.
not sweating in
You should
them.
rinse them in the shower.
Yeah, but you would get into the shower with them on.
You rinse them in the shower.
Yeah,
you take the
maybe.
chlorine off.
Because
otherwise
those,
they
I used to swim at 6 a.m, shower, do all that, and then dry them on my work radiator. I'd take the whole office up. I'd have a towel up. I'd have everything
I still
up.
think there's going to be a lot of like little fucking.
I remember the
What, and
ones.
the swimming trunks?
Yeah, 100%.
Bro, when you go on holiday, you switch your swimming trunks every day? No, is the
I'll
answer.
alternate them.
But you don't wash them.
I'll probably give them like a rinse or something like that.
So you don't wash them.
Not physically with washing
Just
up.
give me the non-political answer.
No, because there's more to it. There's more depth to it. Than
No,
that.
there isn't. You don't wash them.
Probably not.
No.
Nah, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He still couldn't say
Nah,
no.
he doesn't. But there is definitely there's that stale smell. I remember once I left my football boots in the boot
Gym
of my car
stank.
and went on holiday for 10 days, middle of summer. And I remember I came back and I opened my car and I wanted to set fire to the car, mate.
Bruv,
I
have
was
you ever-
like, I can't do
Have you ever farted in your car as you're leaving and then you come back and it's still there?
No.
Oh, that's fucking...
Locked in.
That will fuck
The
you
lock-in.
up. It'll fuck you up.
Nah, it's
One of my mates was he joined a new gym back home, and this is what he messaged me yesterday. He was like, he went into this new gym. He was like, went on the bench press. Upon arrival at bench press, encountered 4 lads in tracksuits, hats on, night gloves, hoods up, spitting bars in a circle next to the bench. It's like Top Boy.
Getting themselves hyped up for the next set.
Yeah, you're just gonna drop 10 bells, yos.
My favourite thing with my gym is like
Bar bells, not 16 bars, bro.
Nah, because they're all fucking huge in my gym. They're all massive roidheads. Like they all compete and whatever. Like do bodybuilding. The best ones are the ones who like you ever forget your headphones. You'll see them and they're like incline benching like fucking 70k dumbbells. And they're screaming while they're doing it, like, ah! Their mates screaming at them, and then they'll drop them, and they'll stand up, and they'll go all dizzy from it. But they'll be
like
going,
get the smelling
but they'll be going,
souls.
light work, and I'm
just
like,
like
it's
you-
not. You've just had a stroke.
Yeah, you're
Like, what
literally
the
close to a
fuck is
brain
going
hemorrhage.
on?
Have you seen this guy on TikTok called... Is his name Anton Lee or something like that?
Anthony, the guy who doesn't look big and he
pretends
just
to be
mugs
the
them
cleaner.
up. Yeah.
Have you seen him?
He's
No.
sick.
Oh, I'll send you his video, bro. He's
sick.
so sick.
He's been doing it for years, mate. He was like a massive CrossFit guy, and I think he's just like a power lifter. And he goes into all these gyms.
But he
with all
looks
these,
like Joe.
Yeah.
Nah, when you see him with his kit off, he's
No, yeah,
fucking
yeah, but,
shredded.
like-
Yeah, but like
he
slender,
wears like baggy
slender
clothes
build.
all the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
and that. And he'll walk up to these bodybuilders. This one geezer, I saw this one video the other day where this geezer's probably benching about like fucking like 160 on this bar, and he just walks up and he's like, "Your form's a bit off." And the guy looks at him like, "Am I a dickhead? Like my foot, get out of here, man. Leave me to do my work." And he's like, "No. Do you mind if I just show you?" And he goes like, "Show me." He goes, "All right." He goes, "Stick another plate on." And the guy's like, "What are you talking about?" He sticks another plate on each side. My man starts benching this thing like it's 10 kg with his doing bicycle kicks with his feet in the air. It's fucking and this
Fucking
guy's just
hell.
looking at him like, what the fuck is going? You
Yeah.
see the one when he's squatting with one hand?
Yeah. No, the worst is like...
Send me these
He's
videos.
pretending
Mad.
to clean, right? And sometimes there'll be someone doing a massive weight and he'll just walk over, pick it up with one hand, move
Yeah.
it, sweep under and then move it back with one hand.
It's mad. It's the most. You can see him dying. Inside.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
Mate, he goes to this guy. Oh, this is like your squat forms are. Same thing. Starts squatting this like it's nothing. Then he pretends to answer a phone call while he's doing it, and the guy's watching him like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's a freak.
I
mate.
feel he's gonna get caught out obviously soon. Everyone's gonna have seen it. He's not gonna have as much fun, but
he's a freak.
But he could just go around doing it around the world because there's monsters everywhere, man. It's so sick though.
The other thing that pisses me off in the gym as well is when people will be filming their fucking videos for Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and then you walk past their camera and they look at you like you're the dickhead. I'm like, bro, I'm just at the gym. This isn't your home studio. Like,
that's what you think. If it's that fucking important, get your own gym.
Yeah.
Not only that, though, you should be asking me permission if I'm in the background of your video.
Yeah, 100%. You shouldn't just be in someone's video.
Yeah. There was a long time when I used to say I'm going to the gym and I'd just be in McDonald's car park.
Yeah.
Just eating a burger.
Now you don't even say you go in the gym. You don't lie anymore. That's growth.
That's gross.
Well, my same mate actually, he said after that he went into the showers to get changed after, and some guy was just smoking a stogie.
A what?
A stogie?
Yeah.
I ain't heard that in a long time. Smoking a stogie.
So
in
is
the
he at one
shower.
of these £20 and
It was JD.
Yeah, he's
gym.
definitely a JD gym.
Yeah, it was a JD.
Anytime fitness kind of vibe.
Yeah.
There used to be a guy in Anytime Fitness back
24-hour
in Birmingham.
gyms, like what?
Yeah, me and
Why?
my mate used to get this Anytime Fitness in Birmingham, and he used to work shifts, so we'd go at like 11 p.m. sometimes, and there used to be this guy in there all the time, and he'd be wearing skinny jeans and a fucking short sleeve shirt, pair of fucking slip-on shoes, and he'd just be fucking doing fucking curls all the time in the mirror. Yeah, but it's just like, why are you doing this in your fucking work uniform, bro?
There's a guy in my gym, and he used to wear the one I went to before the one I go to now, and he'd come in and he'd have like boots on while he was training. I'm like, what are you training for, mate?
Actually,
fucking Iraq.
The two weirdest people in my gym, there's one guy, he's got like one of them like Eastern European looks where his eyes look like he's seen shit like harrowing stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
like nothing behind them.
Yeah, and he never wears headphones either. He's just powered by his thoughts alone, which
like
is
David Goggins,
which is terrifying. Yeah, he's like, who's gonna carry the boat in his head at all times? But he's fucking hench, mate. But I look at him and I'm like, what are you training for? You know something's coming.
Like he's training like in the thought of being attacked.
And there's another Eastern European guy, and he's hench, and his missus just follows him around. And he'll do all these exercises, and she'll just sit watching him, and then he'll come off, and she'll just pat him down with a towel. They never speak. Never speak. Oh, there was also a girl who came in the other day. I've never seen her before in my life. She came in a full tracksuit, but she had full geisha makeup on. Not Asian. Just some white girl. Full geisha.
She's seen it on TikTok.
Full geisha makeup. I've never seen her before, and I've not seen her since.
Do you get thirst trapped a lot in the gym, Joe?
Nah, it's, you know what? It's quite a pleasant gym in a sense of like no one really wears much in there. They're all like gym sharked out, like in their fucking gear.
What do you wear to the gym?
Brother, it could be 35 degrees and I'm wearing a hoodie, mate. You think I'm wearing a t-shirt around these fucking monsters? Not a chance. Looking like someone.
Do you feel like you come in their way a little bit at that gym?
Yeah.
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 Sometimes you just start acting like the cleaner. You just start putting the weights back on for them.
I know, because they're too big. I'll get that for you. Oh, what's that? 70 kg? Nah, you can put that back, actually.
Yeah.
What do you wear to the gym?
I'll just wear...
Singlet. Like fucking Kurt Angle.
All in one, yeah. What is it? Integrity, intelligence, intensity. The three eyes, mate. I'm like Kurt Angle, mate. Olympic.
Yeah. I don't belong in my gym. I know.
Slamming stuff down, chalking my hands up. No, I just wear like a t-shirt, shorts, and trainers.
Yeah.
Nothing. I dress like I'm going to CrossFit, but I haven't got the energy to do a CrossFit session.
Yeah, CrossFit's
Mad,
hard.
isn't it?
CrossFit's hard.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit culty as well, isn't it? Like, it's one of those kind of incestual gym things. Like, I've got no friends, so I'm just going to go to CrossFit.
Yeah, my mate did it for years, and then he started doing like the CrossFit games and all that shit.
Oh, God.
We lost him to it for a few years.
Do these monsters have mad calluses and shit?
A lot of them wear gloves.
Yeah. How do you think the fuck a chick with calluses? Fucked, isn't it?
Extra friction.
You know what I do think sometimes in my gym, and I know I'm only doing it to make myself feel better about my own insecurities, but sometimes I'll look at these geezers and they're like hench, but they're about 5'6", and I'll tell myself sometimes while I'm doing half their weight on the curls, I'll think, I wonder if they're looking at me, they're going, I wish I was tall.
Yeah, they probably are.
Because I look at them and I think, I wish I had arms that big, but I'm glad I'm not 5'6".
Yeah, but I always think as well, like, they only have to lift it half the amount.
Yeah, they're cheating.
Like, I'm lifting it from there to there, you're lifting it from there to there.
Yeah, it's cheating. Cheating. I remember going to Body Power once, you know, that
Pound for
convention.
pound.
You know, the convention in Birmingham, Body Power, where they do the fighting and all that stuff. I went there with my old man years ago, And there was this guy who like broke the world record for bench press, but it was literally that. He had tiny arms and a huge chest, so he just went, and they were like, "New world record." And my old man was like, "It's fucking bullshit, man."
Did you see that guy trying to break the world record for standing for 7 days?
And he gave up
In 4 hours, yeah.
No,
4 hours isn't even a shift as a security guard, bro.
yeah. He was meant to break the world record for standing, and he just went, "Nah, I'm good." Wasn't he standing there? He just went, "How long is it?"
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good. Just bounce.
You need some vision, bros.
Sweet. All right, well, on that, thanks, mate.
Yeah, Roger, this can be a bedtime episode for you. Like, listen to
Bedtime episode for Raj. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.
I'm gonna go to the gym.
Joe's going to the gym to move people's
Eat
weights.
some steroids, mate.
I'm going to cry because I can't find a flat. And Raj is...
Probably watch Liverpool game and have a wank.
I was just gonna say, have a sad wank.
Cool. Sad wanks. See you later.
It's all right.
Peace.
This has been The Word on the Streets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.